When we think about the forage management aspect of things, we talked about stubble height briefly on introduced pastures versus native range pastures. But another thing we want to think about that's going to affect that stubble height is stocking rate. And so we want to make sure we pick an appropriate stocking rate for an operation. And that's going to depend greatly depending on where you're at, north and south, going from the southern part of Texas to the northern part of Texas, going from the far east part of Texas to western Texas, or if we look at nationally, depending on where you're located. And so you want to look and you want to get some ideas locally. Roughly, if we want to think about a large portion of east and central Texas, if we were talking about introduced pastures, the stocking rate may be anywhere from 3 to 10 acres per cow-calf pair. But what you want to do from a stocking rate standpoint is stock conservatively, and then you could always increase depending on how your stubble height is. You're much better off having too much grass and not utilizing every bit of it than grazing everything down to where it's extremely short. If we were looking at native range pasture, those stocking rates, again, depending on where you're at, could be anywhere from 20 acres to maybe a section, which would be 640 acres per cow-calf pair. But you want to see locally what everybody does typically, and you can use that as a starting point on your operation. And again, that's also going to be influenced by what you do from a fertility management standpoint, as well as a weed and brush control management standpoint.